As you can see in the video, Sabine Kühnel. I'm the editor-in-chief of Sportswear International, a magazine that's focused on B2B, denim, and streetwear. And today I'd like to welcome three gentlemen from the industry. We have on the panel Steve Maggart from Cone Denim, who's the president. There is Ben Tompkins from Oritain, who's athlete from Cotton USA. So we're here today, as I mentioned before, to talk about the traceability in the cotton industry. I would actually like to start with Steve. Could you explain a bit, what is your goal when it comes to traceability in cotton? What is Cone Denim standing for, and how do you want to bring this goal about being traceable with your products to the consumer?
More than anything, we just want to be transparent and be able to document the actions that we're taking. We've made, very clear goals as a company on what we're going to do, how we're going to act responsibly. We've got very clear rules about how we do business, but we wanted to take it to the next level and be able to actually document and prove those claims, both to our customers and also to the end user. So we just see this as the next step. Now that science is there that allows us to document using forensic science to a point that's actually admissible in a court of law, we really felt like that was important to be able to go out there and give our customers and the end users just a comfortable feeling that we are acting in the way we claim. We're sourcing the fibers from the regions that we claim to be sourcing them from. We're not sourcing those fibers from areas that have issues with, human rights or forced labor. We just feel like this investment is the next step to be able to assure our customers that we're acting responsibly and actually being able to prove it.
Mm-hmm. So obviously you're not doing this on your own, so you partnered up with Oritain, which brings me to Ben. Ben, we just heard also from Steve the term forensic science. This sounds so like a crime scene, a crime case. Could you explain a bit what this is all about?
Sure. So what we're really striving to achieve at Oritain is to enable and empower our partners to have the utmost transparency within their supply chains. And the solution that we use, it's a forensic science, so it actually originated from the criminal forensic field, where it's one of our founders, Professor Russell Frew, who's one of the leading experts in using forensic science to prove origin, that realized there was a commercial application for this particular science. And so at our inception back in 2008, we have begun to work in a number of key industries across food, pharmaceutical, and fashion to be able to provide traceability of raw materials and provide our clients with data-driven insights by combining both forensic science with statistical analysis. So we measure the actual product itself. And to give a bit of an example of the science, so cotton, as an example, absorbs elements from the soil. It's impacted by local climatic and other atmospheric conditions. And it's these trace elements and isotopes that we're testing for, and they are unique to the production location in which that particular cotton is grown. And so we're able to identify differences not just at a country of origin level, but also down to a regional and farm of origin level. And the beauty is that once we've created these databases, which is what we call an origin fingerprint, like we have done for Cotton USA, is that once they have been established, they can't be tampered with, they can't be replicated, and they can't be destroyed. And at any point in the supply chain, we're then able to test against that.
Perfect, thanks, Ben. That brings me to Bruce from Cotton USA again. Bruce, you're also a partner of Oritain, you're working with them. In what sense is traceability and transparency important for Cotton USA?
It goes back to really our ultimate customers. So thinking about brands and retailers for the last few years have increasingly wanted and demanded more transparency and want traceability in their supply chain. So we were very skeptical of the technology. Did not believe that Oritain could actually correctly identify U.S. cotton. Did a little test, and I had cotton, yarn, and fabric from 2 U.S. states, and I had it also from Brazil, Turkey, and Pakistan. and they were able to correctly identify the origin for all 15 of those samples. So that gave us a lot of confidence in the technology to be able to offer that service to brands and retailers on a pilot basis, so that brands, retailers can kind of understand the technology for themselves, and offers for U.S. cotton, the competitive advantage. U.S. cotton is positioned as the cotton the world trusts for its quality, for its efficiency, and now for its traceability.
Steve, I have another question for you. Could you explain exactly why you chose Oritain to do this traceability process for cone denim?
There's a lot of different ways out there to trace fibers. And obviously we applaud anyone who's making an effort to do so. We feel that's the right direction. But for us, Oritain was a much better option because it was very friendly to the manufacturing process. It didn't require additional cleaning. It didn't have to have inventory segregated. It didn't have to have special lot numbers. It was just very friendly in that way. And I also liked it because if you're using something like a tracer fiber, you have to get that in at the very beginning of the process. And with Oritain, we can test all the way up to garment form. So cotton, yarn, fabric, and then even garments. So I really like the fact that you could test at all parts of the entire process.
Okay. Ben, could you also explain from your end, how do you, get in touch with brands, with vendors, with retailers? What's the action you're taking?
One of our partners asked us to verify the origin of wool. So that was one of our first steps into the textiles industry. And from there, it's been a lot of organic growth. So working with a number of the largest producers, but also then working with brands and retailers to be able to help initially underpin sustainability claims. Now it's also to help underpin and substantiate content claims, to be able to underpin social, environmental, and ethical concerns.
This question goes to all three of you. Do you think buzzwords like sustainability, or even it's not a buzzword anymore, it's more than that, it's like I think more than movement even, that it's a good time to follow sustainability, traceability, social responsibility, all those things? Or do you think that people are now so busy with other things in terms of COVID, that it's even harder for the industry to follow sustainability goals?
It's not a buzzword, it's a movement. And it's been going on and gathering momentum. And so the push for more sustainable, whether it's cotton production practices or other environmental movements, are really, really important to consumers. Traceability is going to be more and more important. I think determining country of origin and transparent supply chains are going to be the new norm for everybody in the textile business.
Ben, what do you think? What's your take on that?
What we're now seeing is that consumers are increasingly looking at brands to be able to demonstrate how they're operating in a responsible manner and to provide demonstrable proof, such as our partnerships with the likes of Cone Denim and Cotton USA, is so important for all stakeholders. It's these tangible solutions and tangible results that will not only bring that accountability and change, but it will also help improve the integrity of supply chains and measure the progress towards those sustainability objectives.
Thanks, Ben. So Steve, last but not least, it's you again.
I agree that it's very, very important. Customers are worried about their families. They're worried about, how to get the homework done remotely from school. The last thing that I want them worrying about is whether we're acting sustainably or transparent. And so I want to put them at ease and that, with this technology. And not only do you need to take our word for it, but we're going to verify it. We're going to test. We're going to prove that what we're doing or what we say we're doing is what we're actually doing. And the other benefit I see is right now with COVID, there in the past has been a lot of customers wanting to come into your facility and they want to audit and they want to have their people on the ground. That's not possible right now in a lot of cases because of travel restrictions. And so what we're telling our customers is, hey, don't worry about the fact that you can't get your people on the ground. we're going to do this testing for you. We're going to have the transparency and be able to document that the claims we're making are actually facts.
And thanks so much, the three of you, for being on this panel. I think that's a great way to explain what's going on in our industry, and that we're still keen on working on sustainability, traceability, everything that's going around, and we're not neglecting that, even though there are other problems around. Thanks a lot. I think we're opening up now to the Q&A to everybody, and yeah, I hope to see you soon in person again, maybe next year. Fingers crossed. Have a good one. Thank you.